That's time.
Moving on. Let's go to the total opposite direction. Least like that's also a hard one. Or hated movies.
No.
It's really hard to hate a movie, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
Right? Like I can always find some glimmer. Like,
Okay.
I feel like you have.
there's a couple movies where like I got pretty like upset that I paid to see in the theater, and I felt like a waste of my time.
Yes.
The two examples I've written here: Ghost Star, Angelina Jolie.
Really?
Um,
I figured one we went to see was going to be on there.
Crimson Peak.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
The two
I'm glad it's on there with you too.
oh, it's not on there. It's you saying it is like.
Okay, well,
I'm
gonna change my list now. Yeah.
I got The Tourist that starred her and Johnny Depp.
Okay, yeah.
Only part I remember was the horrendous twist at the end, where I believe.
Can I ask you a question? Is that a comedy or a drama? Like, because they did not know how to market that movie.
was that supposed to be an action?
It was. I don't know what it was because like
Yeah.
all I got is like from what I remember because I don't even know when it came out. Like well,
That was
2010ish.
Yeah.
And I just remember the whole plot of this movie was Angelina Jolie trying to find her husband because the bad guys were trying to find him too. And I forget how Johnny Depp gets dragged into it, but he does, only to find out he was the husband who had plastic surgery. Because it's like, the end of the movie, you got this safe and like, it's like his fingerprints open or whatever. He's like walks up and it opens.
Oh.
And it was.
Is that the reaction of the theater?
I'm not here trying to defend this movie. I'm here telling you guys why I'm upset that
That's the
Number
type of
eight.
twist that just completely ruins the
And
movie, no matter how good
The
it
other one that
is.
starred her that I was very not happy with when I left the theater
What
was
was that?
Salt.
Oh my god.
That came out around the same time.
Yeah.
That movie was so
Um,
bad.
It was frustrating.
Oh.
You leave for 5 minutes and you come back. She's like, oh, she switched sides again.
It's a spy
like a
movie,
spy.
but she keeps
Yeah.
it
Oh
keeps
my
going
God.
back and forth. But she's supposed
Like
to be good guy and bad
17
guy.
times.
Yeah.
There's literally, I think, a scene. I think it's one of the last scenes. She's in like a helicopter with a guy, and she's a bad guy. She's caught, and you think you're finally good to go. Then she like
Switches twice.
Is she playing two roles?
no.
She actually just keeps switching sides. Like, it's a twist after twist after
She keeps
twist.
switching wigs and shit.
Yeah.
And
That
Oh,
sounds
it's
pretty
terrible.
bad.
and then like the movie's about to finish, and then she switches side one more time just for the credits.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
why'd you have to break that?
So
Yeah.
I paid for that too.
anything.
Wow.
Last time I got here, I've seen some pretty bad movies with Sandra Bullock in it that I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan of Sandra Bullock at all.
How do you
No,
feel about
me
Atomic
either.
Kills? That's a good movie.
Which one? What was it?
Atomic
You
Kills.
beat me to it. I was like, that's the
That's
one
the
movie that I will
you,
watch.
like, accept, yeah.
But
And you should check out Gravity too, because that stars her, and it's
Yeah, but
okay.
it's like a
Safer
spectacle.
answer. Any comedy starring Sandra
very
Bullock.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
not-
That's
Yeah,
Like
I'll concede that. Yeah.
That, that name and that genre should not
Yeah,
be
no.
the same.
so we're gonna like what was it? I was talking to someone the other day, and I told her about the movie, and they were like, "Oh, remember the movie All About Steve, starring Sandra Bullock and Bradley Cooper?"
Oh,
Unfortunate.
that was bad.
And I was like,
That was painful.
"Doors that way."
Yeah,
Like, oh my god! And what was it? The Proposal, with her and Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, for fuck's
that was bad.
Oh man,
That was so bad.
No, I haven't seen it.
I don't man.
Yeah, don't.
All
You
right,
guys just don't understand the deeper meaning.
all right. That's my list for least liked or hated or whatever.
Okay.
You want to put this category under? What do we got for you, Justin?
Well, least favorite's kind of tricky because I mean, you could really I could go on Netflix right now and find like 100 just genuinely really shitty movies,
Yeah.
straight to DVD, or just like you could find something that's just complete garbage. But I kind of went with like movies that I kind of, should have been good, but I really did not
Yeah.
genuinely enjoy.
Okay, so like
I feel like
overhyped
that's the way
kind of.
you're gonna go.
Yeah, because I mean, Iron Man 2 and 3 should have been really, really good.
They were. Just
Oh boy.
It got pretty quiet.
Oh, we might need another shot. Like 2, I think everyone can agree that 2 was just really not a good movie.
No,
Like, not many people seem to think that Iron Man 2,
that was a mess.
yeah, it was pretty hectic. Like, it was just, leading up to the Avengers. Let's not give a shit about the story
That's
we're
like
telling right
The
now.
only one that I feel like is a money grab movie for
Yeah.
The only-
the MCU.
The only
It's
cool
like,
thing
put it out just
is they
so.
made War Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. And I see you got
And I threw Iron Man 3 in there. Like, it wasn't
right.
a terrible movie. I really, really enjoyed most of it up until the twist where they threw
Yeah.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
Like, they just threw all of his acting talent away.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, okay, no, he's just an actor. Like, I understand the approach they were trying to take, where like anyone could be the
Junkie.
Mandarin and
Junkie soccer.
Right.
yeah, like it could have been played off as a cool twist,
They
but I
could've
feel like
Done that. It would have done well if Killian was a very well. Like I didn't like him.
yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Ben Kingsley just
Yeah,
played the Mandarin so well,
Because he's
Yeah.
such a
and
good
then it was
actor.
just like, oh, we're just kidding.
A drunk actor
Yeah,
that doesn't know anything.
yeah,
I don't. Yeah, the reason I don't like Iron Man 3 too is that like it came out after the Avengers, so you'd think Tony Stark has learned some things, but he literally like looks into the camera and says, "Here's my address. Come and fight me."
Yeah.
And then he's surprised when the Mandarin
Yeah.
blinds him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
He's
He's
not
not
surprised.
surprised.
He's just scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has like
Crap.
suits walking around.
Yeah, he's like,
Huh,
well,
this was unexpected.
yeah. Yeah.
His like the big plot hole in that one is his little like basically seller of suits could have done some damage on those helicopters that
Yeah.
attacked his house
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's like you'd think.
But like
yes,
I'm saying, like he
yeah.
didn't learn a thing.
No, he
Right?
literally
You could fight a
And
bunch.
he's barely Iron Man. in Iron Man.
You could fight
Yeah.
a bunch of aliens, but you couldn't like
And that's-
fight a fucking.
That's
dragon.
fine to an extent,
Yeah.
but like
That's probably the part of the movie that I appreciate the most, that it took that risk.
Yeah.
And it's like in the writing, you know, in some scenes was pretty well, you know, and it you know, there's some funny parts.
Yeah.
There's a very slight moment in the final that's my favorite line in a lot of these movies actually. It's in the final battle. And I think it's him and Don Cheadle, you know, Rhodes, they're pinned down somewhere, and you know, he's like, oh, like check it out or something. Like Rhodes tells him to like look for something, and he peeks, like he peeks up for like 1 second and goes back down. He's like, I didn't see anything. It's just this offhanded, like, it's just this slight little thing that, like, I feel like it might have been like an improvised thing, because like, he literally like peeks up for like a microsecond and comes back down and like, what'd you see? I didn't see anything. And it's so like a realistic, like,
Yeah.
you know, because a lot of the times, like, they'll look up and they'll see exactly what they need to do and they'll get a game plan, but here he is, he's just like,
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. And it's just,
Like, didn't even like pan the camera or change the
Yeah,
angle.
yeah.
Just went up and went back.
yeah, he's just like that, and then it's just this little, like, realistic, like,
Yeah. Like that wasn't supposed to happen.
yeah, and like I don't even think it like it's like a huge like joke in the movie. It's just, to me, it was like it always stood out to me. I'm like, oh, that's like a really realistic,
Yeah.
you know, thing that could happen to anyone.
No one
you know?
sees what they're looking at.
Yeah, yeah, like all this
They're
like
not getting
commotion,
attacked.
like all these things are exploding and people are shooting at him, and he's just like, oh, I didn't like I tried and I failed. And it's just this little, like, it's a throwaway line, and it's like my favorite of a lot of these movies. Sorry, you hated this movie. That
It had 5 seconds. That was good.
There are kind of two other parts of that movie that I didn't enjoy, just because you had Pepper Potts getting the superpowers, and then Iron Man destroying all of his suits at the end. Which you kind of thought, like, holy shit, this is going to kind of have a big impact in future movies.
Mm.
And then you get to the next movie, and it's just like, oh, Iron Man, you're back in a suit. Yeah, I built more. Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember what the line was, but it's just like, oh yeah, no, we moved past that.
Yeah.
And it's just
I
like,
read a lot that like Joss Whedon, who did like the first Avenger, he did a lot of things that like the people who did like the grand scheme of things weren't prepared to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the Hulk and Black Widow love story.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and that
Um,
had to get tacked on with everyone else, right?
The after credit scene of Age of Ultron, like the writers for the third one were like, we have no idea what that was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that took
We
place.
had no idea, like, so we just basically had to ignore that.
Mhm. Yeah,
and whatnot. But yeah, no, I get
yeah, it's like, you know, not saying Pepper Potts would have been the most interesting character to throw in. Like, she would have been cool, all right, but like, I don't know, she wouldn't be able to compete with the other Avengers. But I mean, It was just like, hey, she's got these superpowers. Maybe we'll see her in the future. And it's just like, oh yeah, you know, we're kind of fighting. So yeah, I guess we're not going to.
Yeah, they're fighting in one movie, and then the next movie she has a cameo and they're not fighting.
Yeah.
When she's not in the movie, they fought.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like they threw that away.
Yeah.
But it's just, I felt like there was going to be such a big impact on the universe. With like, I thought that was like Tony retiring, and maybe that would bring in the next phase of Avengers. Like, hey, someone's got to replace him. But it was just like, oh no, I changed my mind, guys. And I'm going to do this for another 5 years.
No, I can see the next movie on the list. I liked more than probably the three of you guys.
I feel I liked it just as much as you did.
Yeah. Like, this one was tricky because I couldn't decide if I wanted to put it in most disappointing or least favorite. Because it's just, I kept changing my mind back and forth, but Batman versus Superman.
Oh, yeah, wrong movie.
Through.
First of all, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice.
I'm sorry. That's why I didn't enjoy it. I wasn't calling it
That's
that.
number one. Being stupid.
So you committed though. You're saying it's your most. It's
It's
in your
one of
most
my
disliked.
least favorites.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Because like,
I guess you can put it in both categories because like you didn't like it,
Oh yeah.
but you also went in with
High
expectations up here.
I did have
And
really high
and the
expectations.
hatred just brought it.
But I mean, that would also mean it was more disappointing. But it's just, I did not enjoy it. I walked in the theater thinking it was going to be a good movie, but I just genuinely did not enjoy the movie. I really loved Ben Affleck as Batman. I really enjoyed him. But it's just, it seemed like they tried to cram so many stories into that movie, none of which were finished. It felt like there was pieces missing here. The editing was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, that movie has to go down as
Nice
having
shot.
some of the worst editing imaginable.
That was my biggest thing with it.
Oh,
It was just a disaster.
so bad. And then they released the one that had the longer scenes that kind of fixed some of these plots.
But not
Like,
really.
not all of them, but like little bits and pieces were just like, okay, like that explains something. Why the fuck was that not in the original?
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, we didn't want it to be, 3 hours long. It's like, well, I mean, Lord of the Rings is fucking 9 hours if you watch the whole trilogy. I mean, no one's complaining about how long it is, but
Okay.
it's just, I genuinely did not enjoy the movie. It had some cool moments. I was pretty pissed off when, all it took was him saying Martha's name to have him switch sides. Because, I mean, he was pretty determined. He had
Can
some
we-
mad
Let's just
hatred.
not get into that.
I think
We gotta go to bed at some point.
How do you feel about this movie?
I'm just gonna say I like it and keep drinking.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
but even if you like that movie, how can you?
Defend the Martha scene?
Yes.
I can't. That's why I'm
He was
still
so
drinking.
determined. Like, his hatred for Superman was so bad.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted to murder him. Not just kill the guy. He wanted to murder him.
Yeah.
Put him through a lot of pain and murder him. And there's you mentioned
For-
Martha's
if
name. It's
anything,
like, oh,
I learned from this.
Batman was such a dark character for that entire movie. And then you had that scene where he switched, Martha, and they're best friends. And then he kind of turned into, like, a comedy, like a less serious character.
Yeah.
You watch him in Justice League, and he's a lot less serious than he was. It's just like, okay, well, he had a completely different life change. He changed his entire life
Yeah.
because Superman's mother's name was Martha. Like, it bothered me slightly,
Just slightly.
just slightly. I'll probably forget about it by tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think we have time.
I don't know. I can't.
Scooching down there, man. What do you got?
So I'm kind of with Dennis, just with a different actress. So I can't stand anything that has Melissa McCarthy
Oh, she's so
in it.
bad.
She total Ghostbusters.
Oh, I couldn't even watch it.
I haven't watched.
Did you not
I
like?
will not watch that movie. I refuse. I will not watch anything that she's in. I
Really?
can't
Did you not like
stand her.
I cannot enjoy.
Bridesmaids?
No, I hate
Really?
her.
Okay.
I
I
hate
like
everything
Bridesmaids.
about her. She thinks she's funny and she's not. Just
She
like that
tries
whole
so
that
hard.
whole like group. Kristen Wiig, her,
Yeah.
the other girl. I can't stand.
Oh yeah, it's that awful actor, the other girl.
They think they're hilarious, and it's like nothing
You don't
about
like-
what you do is funny at all. I can't stand them.
No, I cannot stand
Hate
Melissa McCarthy
them.
at all.
Hate them. Like I'll change the channel.
Oh, yeah, that new one that she has coming out with the Muppets, the idea there was so cool. It's like that could be a great movie,
Throwing
but
it
it was
around.
anyone
Yeah.
but her.
But she's a
I'd go see that in theaters because it's like that could actually be funny, but it's just like starring Melissa McCarthy. It's like
no.
fuck that.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Once,
I know I would not.
once
be able
they
to sit
put
there.
her name on Ghostbusters, that was it for me because Ghostbusters was one of my favorite childhood movies, and you just ruined that. For me.
So you watched the new stuff?
No, I
Okay.
didn't do
Oh.
that. Just the trailers was enough.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't even care if it was a decent film.
Well,
that's enough.
That's
for
the
me.
thing, because like when it came to that movie, there was a lot of like you couldn't hate it because people are like, oh, you just don't hate it because it's women.
I don't hate it because it's women doing it.
But,
I
like,
hate it because of who they
either,
chose.
like,
to do
They
it.
could have chose
But like
better
Way
actors.
with that argument, no one's come out with that movie saying it was a good movie still.
Yeah.
I can't stand Melissa McCarthy. No, damn, Mike.
No, you can go. You can
No,
go.
I rambled on. But
That's the end of
I
your list.
can't. Anything she's in, can't
Okay.
stand it.
All right.
Hate it all. I don't care if it's got a good review.
So do you have like any other movies on there? No,
Yeah,
just
you wanna-
like
you wanna get
one
to it?
starring.
No, because I don't hate movies.
Being disappointed is a lot easier than hating.
Yeah, like there's a lot of movies that I've been like seriously disappointed in.
Yeah.
You brought up Salt, I forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
That would be on there.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me to hate a movie.
Yeah.
Like Dumb and Dumber 2, maybe not like.
There's a lot. It's very
Yeah, that
easy
was
to
pretty
hate
pretty
That
comedies
was
there. You know?
horrible.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
I feel like if you're going to remake a classic movie like Ghostbusters or what's another one that they've redone?
Well, you got like Total Recall. You got
That was a terrible movie.
Over here, Maury, you're not in the shot so much. There you go.
Say that.
Yeah. So, yeah, right up there with hated would probably be Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Thank you
It
for
was just
saying
a
the whole.
complete.
That's
I know that would
almost
make
like-
you happy.
Yeah. Man,
Anything
That's
that
almost-
they did is happy. Oh, you can't. Don't say verses.
It would be a consensus if some of us would just, understand.
So yeah, I wanted to walk out of that movie when it's funny because again I was looking forward to it. I heard of reviews leading up to it saying, oh, it's no good, but I'm like, I don't know. I like the trailer. I like the trailer. I like, except when, they kept giving so much stuff away with the trailers. But I'm like, I'm liking the feeling. I'm liking the direction that they're taking. It could be good. I just convinced myself it could be good. And, I remember when the movie's starting out, jam-packed audience. Like,
Yeah.
not a
did we all
single-
see this at the same time?
I saw it opening.
I think we didn't sit together. I think we all
No.
saw it at the same time though.
Maybe.
Because I think I must
Me
have.
and you saw it.
Yeah.
Same time.
Did you come and see it? I can't remember if you did. I don't.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure you and Jenna went,
Yeah.
but like you didn't sit with us.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Because I think it was just like, oh,
That happens a lot. We all go to the movies and never and it's like, oh, you guys were here.
and usually I'll post like a freaking last second Facebook status,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Jenna's like, "You're going? What showtime? What seats?"
Yeah. No, I went and I remember there were these people, like a couple. Actually, I think it was like a teenager and his mom, and she was just like the movie had just started. It was Bruce Wayne running through the
city.
streets of Metropolis and stuff like that, and the mom. I'm assuming they might have been a couple. I don't know.
Hey, been both.
They could have been both. So she's asking him a bunch of questions. Oh, like what's this? What's going on? And he's like, oh, this is what's happening in Man of Steel. And I was just like, I turned around and I was like, do you mind shutting up? Like, I'm gonna watch this movie. I'm like, I was like at first I just turned around. I looked at him for a while. And was like, I just gave him this. I was like,
What the fuck face?
I was looking at him, and then we started watching the movie. She kept asking him questions, and he started giving her answers. And after like 2 or 3 times, I was like, seriously, like we're trying to watch this movie here. And then like half an hour later, I was like, why did I even bother? Like, like this is at like that point, like, you know, I felt like walking out, not because this guy was ruining the experience, because it's just
Yeah,
a
okay, we
crappy
definitely
movie.
saw it because I remember you saying like run into you and you're like, I want to walk out.
Yeah,
So
like,
far into it.
yeah.
I remember watching it and like the scene, like opening probably before the Metropolis scene, I think, where it shows like Bruce Wayne as a kid and he's in like the cave, like this,
Oh,
and then like he
floats
floats
up.
with the bats, and there's no context yet, and I'm just like mumbling some stuff. Please be a dream sequence. Please.
Yeah.
Don't tell me his
Never
magic bat
really.
powers.
Yeah.
But
Man, where do I go from there? I
Was
I
anyone
could-
bothered by the fact that Metropolis and Gotham were like right
Yes.
there?
Yeah, that's just like, I know you gotta do things to make it make sense, but I mean the Batmobile can go really fast. Like,
Yeah.
you could say
That
It-
still
you
didn't
know.
make sense.
like
if you edit it properly, you can pull off anything.
Yeah,
like
it's
so.
It was just
somewhat-
lazy writing. I
Yeah.
feel.
just to be like, oh, there's a bay or whatever between the two.
Yeah,
So
no, I wasn't a fan of that, especially since there are like a lot of iconic dual cities in the DC comics, like you know, Keystone and Central
Yeah.
City, like where the Flash is. Like those are like iconic dual cities in the comics, and there's, you know, a couple other examples of that. But like to take Metropolis and Gotham and put them so like they're totally different.
Oh, yeah.
Like Gotham is like, it's got goth in the title.
Yeah.
Gothic. It's supposed to be like a dark and gritty place, and Metropolis is literally the city of tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you put them like you make them neighboring cities. It's just like that. It doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. You know.
Yeah, all the changes that scenario is you'd be putting breach.
Yeah.
You go from this to this, and it's all better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, there are places like that in the world, probably.
Halifax and Dartmouth.
But that's so true. It's like,
Yeah.
San Francisco and Oakland.
Should we be shitting over audience people already? I don't know.
Damn it. 3 of our fans were from Halifax.
I'm from Halifax. It's
Okay.
But I don't think the Halifax ones would get offended by that.
Dartmouth.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like, yeah, we would just spend too much time talking about that. So,
getting shit on here for liking Batman v Superman. Down
I mean, it was just a genuinely bad movie. You should be ashamed.
like, I don't know.
You
Like,
should.
you're entitled to your own opinion. But, I mean, you're wrong. But you are entitled to it. If I want to just say, like, you know, generic movie that I hate, or if I can think of like a person that I don't like watching their movies, I don't know. There's like, you know, a lot of actors like that just churn out crap after crap. Like, you know, look at like Nicolas Cage. For every like one good movie he has, there's like 10 bad ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't watch them, so.
He's a national treasure.
Oh,
Unintended.
Yeah. I don't even know how I feel about those movies,
Yeah.
actually.
Like those were his better movies,
Yeah,
and they were just okay.
on the fence. So.
I don't know if okay is the right word. They're cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll move on.
Moving on.